Meron po tayo isang quote dito. She knows the implementation. Sino po ang she? Ang Vice Presidente po. So the cross-examination, redirect, and recross shows that OVP officers who signed and processed confidential funds say that they had no personal knowledge of how the money was spent. Testimony consistently pointed to one official who did. Sino po yun? Ang Vice Presidente. What are the key takeaways from Ortonio's testimony? Una po, ang Vice President, alam ng Vice Presidente kung paano na-implement ito. Ortonio testified that as the head of agency, the Vice President understands how confidential funds are requested, released, and implemented. Pangalawa, only one of the top 3 officers knew. Testimony placed only the Vice President among the OVP's 3 most senior officers with knowledge of how the funds were used. Pangatlo, every decision and every reply went through the Vice President. Ortonio said that every OVP decision on confidential funds was made by the Vice President and that his COA replies were sent to her for reference. 4. His replies relied on one source. His 6 reply letters to COA were based on what Colonel La Chica told him, though he said he had met La Chica only once or twice. 5th, the 2022 and 2023 plans were nearly identical. A senator compared the 2-year spending plans and found the activities and metrics unchanged. Only the program label was revised. And lastly, he called it usual. Ortonio said that he would still call the medicine purchases usual even after learning that they were paid in cash with no bidding. What Ortonio signed and what he says he didn't handle. His confirmed role. He had transmitted the Q4 2022 request. His own letter is the record. He also signed the disbursement vouchers as well as signing the checks. He also signed the 6 replies to COA's notices of suspension and audit observation memorandums. He also acted as liaison for admin and finance matters. What he says he didn't handle. Ang recording, safekeeping at implementation. He said that lahat ng yun ay dumaan kay Gina Acosta. Ang disbursement or drafting of the request and liquidation documents. Preparing the physical and financial plan, quote-unquote, wala. As well as confidential operations. He said he has never met any informants. Siya ang pumirma pero hindi siya ang gumamit ng confidential funds. So, the chain of command. Only the Vice President had knowledge, which the testimonies show. So from the Assistant Chief of Staff, which is Ortonio, he had no personal knowledge. As well as the Chief of Staff, she had no personal knowledge. Sino lang ang may personal knowledge? Ang Vice President. Every OVP decision on confidential funds, Ortonio confirmed under questioning by Senator Ontiveros, was made by the Vice President. The 6 reply letters he signed to COA were sent to her for reference before they went out. Ika nga ni Attorney May Divina Gracia on redirect examination, sinabi mo na wala kang alam at sinabi rin ng Chief of Staff na wala rin siyang alam. So tama bang sabihin na ang Vice Presidente lamang ang nakakaalam? COA replies relied only on one source, not independent checks. One source for 6 letters. Ortonio based his COA reply letters on what Colonel La Chica told him, though he had only met La Chica only once or twice. He never saw the records himself. Hindi niya ma-recall kung si La Chica mismo ang nag-personally disburse ng cash and never saw the accomplishment reports he was certifying against. He didn't flag the arrangement. He said he was not aware that handing La Chica cash in hand might raise questions under the joint circular. He assumed it was only a regular process. The default was trust, not doubt. He had asked his first reaction to the question expenditures. Asked his first reaction to the question expenditures. Ortonio said it was the presumption of regularity. Concern only followed only after he was told to respond. 2022 and 2023 spending plans nearly identical, which the senators say. Senator Pangilinan set the 2 years plan side by side. In 2022, the Good Governance Program, the activities were unchanged. The performance metrics were unchanged. The program label was set here. In 2023, for the socio-economic program delivery, the activities were as well unchanged. The performance metrics were unchanged. And the program label had changed. Kumbaga, copy-paste. Senator Pangilinan pulled the actual General Appropriations Act and Physical and Financial Plan for both years and set them side by side. The activities and performance metrics were not revised for 2023. Only the program label changed. Sabi nga ni Senator Pangilinan, copy-paste ako na ang magsasabi, I think it's stupid. Additional findings from cross-examination. Confidential funds cannot fund military operations. Ortonio maintained under questioning by Senator Tulfo only civilian agencies coordinating with law enforcement. Mr. Ortonio confirmed that Colonel La Chica is not an OVP employee but a group commander of the AFP present under an office order. Medicines were paid for in cash with no bidding process, though Ortonio chairs the Bids and Awards Committee. He told Senator Pangilinan that he would still call the purchases usual. A COA finding flagged 170,000 in confidential funds for a medicine purchase Ortonio could not itemize. Senator Tulfo called this his account illogical. Ortonio signed a COA reply calling the funds used valid, proper, and regular, but told Senator Villanueva he relied on what the security officer relayed rather than verifying directly. The documents COA requested were still incomplete as of this hearing. Tinanong ni Presiding Officer Senator Cheese Escudero, base sa pagkakaalam mo, alam ba ng Vice Presidente kung paano ito ginastos? Sabi ni Ortonio, the way I understand it, as the head of the agency, I would understand that she knows the implementation, sir. Across a full day of testimony, Ortonio and other OVP officers said that they had no personal knowledge of how confidential funds were spent, who received them, and how the plans behind them were prepared. Two of the OVP's three most senior officers said the same. Asked directly whether the Vice President knew how the funds were implemented, Ortonio's answer was direct as head of agency. She knows. A senator later put the broader point plainly. Confidentiality can limit what is disclosed publicly, but it does not remove the duty to account for the funds. So nakikita po natin, base po sa testimonya ng mga testigo, sa mga dokumentong presenta, isa lang po ang tinuturo nito, na ang Vice Presidente po, si Sara po, ang may sala. Maraming salamat po.
Thank you po, Attorney Hes Mundalan, sa iyong PowerPoint presentation. We'll pause for a brief moment habang ang ating mga guests na magbibigay sa ating ngayon at pagsasagot sa inyong mga katanungan will settle down sa ating stage.
Hindi, ikaw gitna. Ikaw ba ng babae? Hindi, ikaw yung... Ikaw yung shortest. Dapat tayo.
Grabe sila.
Hindi, tinutos na. Pero siya yung pinag-apong.
Alias ka na ngayon. Alias shortest.
Nagkukunyari lang yan.
Alright.
Ang dami nagkakakal sa kanya. Sabihin niya. Pero nakikita namin. Ay, grabe.
Muli po, nagbabalik ang ating mga miyembro ng House Prosecution Panel para po sa pagpapatuloy ng ating press briefing ngayong hapon na ito. Makakasama po natin ang dalawa sa ating Deputy Speaker, si Deputy Speaker Janet Garin ng Iloilo, si Deputy Speaker Paulo Ortega ng La Union, Ortega V ng La Union, at ang ating spokesperson, walang iba kundi si Congressman Zia Alonto Adjong ng First District ng Lanao del Sur. Para po sa pasimulan ng ating ang ating press briefing. Nais bang magbigay ng paunang pananalita ang ating mga panauhin? Go ahead po. Okay, para po mapagbigyan ng ating mga kasama sa media, pagbigyan daan natin ang mga katanungan. Ann, go ahead.
Sir, good afternoon, ma'am. Good afternoon. Ann Soberano po ng Bombo Radio. Sir, sinabi po kasi kanina ni OBP Assistant Chief of Staff Lemuel Ortonio na sina BP Sara at Colonel Lachica lamang ang nakakaalam kung paano ginamit ang confidential funds ng OBP kahit hindi si Lachica ang empleyado ng OBP. So ano po yung komento nyo dito at paano nyo ito sinusuportahan batay sa ebidensyang iniharap po?
Kanina nga po, narinig natin, pati ng mga nakarang araw, siguro nararapat din po, baka may mga aliases na rin po itong mga witness po. Baka pwede na po silang tawaging kalimot kasi para nakakalimutan nila lahat yung mga ginagawa saka yung mga trabaho nila. So kalimot, hindi ko alam, I don't know. So imposible po yun siguro mangyari kasi ang tagal na po nila sa trabahong yan at for the longest time yan po yung ginagawa nila. It's very irresponsible on their side.
Ang masasabi ko lang dyan, tila ping-pong. Hindi natin alam kung ito ay estratehiya ng depensa. Hindi natin alam kung ito ay estratehiya ng ating hostile witnesses. Pero very glaring na nagkakaroon ng ping-pong, na kung sino nakaupo ay sasabihin niya hindi niya alam at itutulak niya sa iba. Pero balikan natin, ano ba ang nailantad ng ating hostile witnesses ni Ma'am Gina Acosta at ni Sir Lemuel Ortonio? Ang sinabi ni Ma'am Gina Acosta, sa kanya nakapangalan ang tseke, kinuha niya ang pera, binigay niya kay Colonel Lachica sang-ayon sa direktiba ng kanyang superior, who is the Vice President Inday Sara Duterte. Ang sabi naman ngayon ng Assistant Chief of Staff ni Sir Lemuel Ortonio, may mga pinirmahan siya, alam niyang may pinagkagamitan, ngunit hindi niya alam ang details ng mga ito. Subalit, kung titingnan mo, ang mga posisyon na hinahawakan nila ay napaka-importante. At ito ay hindi basta-bastang situation. Pero ang commonality at ang nakikita natin, hindi pababa, patakilid, pakaliwa o pakanan ang pinupuntahan ng direksyon. Ito ay paakyat sa taas. Ang common factor ng ating mga na-generate na information galing sa ating mga witnesses ay pumupunta sa isang tao. Ang head of agency, ang ating pangalawang pangulo, ang Vice Presidente ng Pilipinas. Ihalin tulad natin na kunyari, si Kong Zia Adjong, nung unang panahon, nung siya ay binata pa, ang daming ang nagkaka-crush sa kanya eh. Kaya ayaw man namin sabihin, pero may asawa na siya at mahal na mahal niya ang kanyang asawa. So hanggang tingin na lang muna yung mga tumitingin kay Kong Zia. Pero ibalik natin, kunyari ikaw ay magpapakasal. Siyempre, itong mag-asawa ang magpapakasal, meron silang babayarang damit, make-up, photographer, videographer, caterer, iba pang mga gastusin, souvenirs. Marami yon. Ito bang magpapakasal ay ibibigay yung buong budget dun sa kanilang kanang kamay o sabihin ng katulong at siya ang mamimigay at mamamayad? Or pwede namang ang usual na ginagawa ay ibabayad mo direkta sa kung sino ang caterer, sino ang gumawa ng damit, sino ang nagme-makeup, o sino ang events center kasi kukuha ka ng resibo dahil alam mong doon ang babayaran. Dito sa nangyayari, andun kay Gina Acosta yung pera, sasabihin niya, hindi niya alam saan napunta. Ito naman kay Lemuel Ortonio, ginawa namin yung mga papeles, pero hindi namin alam na meron palang AR, acknowledgement receipt na binalik or whatever. Dalawa lang ang pwede. Actually, 3. Ano ang similarity between Ma'am Gina Acosta and Sir Lemuel Ortonio? Pareho silang inilagay sa mataas na posisyon. Mataas ang sweldo. Nanggaling silang pareho sa isang opisina na hindi sa Office of the Vice President. Pareho silang nanggaling sa City Hall. Ibinigay ang matataas na posisyon. Ibig sabihin, pinagkakatiwalaan. Ibig sabihin, alam nila kung sino ang kumukumpas. Ibig sabihin, alam nila kung sino ang susundin. Ang katanungan lang dito, sumunod ba sila na pikit ang mga mata at sarado ang isip? Or sinunod nila ito dahil merong parang halong takot, posible na bang hindi? Or sinunod nila ito kasi ito ay pangkaugalian ng ginagawa sa ibang mga opisinang pinagdaanan nila. The long and short of it, sa lahat na napag-usapan, dalawang bagay ang ating masasabi. Umaakyat sa head of office ang direksyon ng usapan. At pangalawa, tila nakakalimot si Sir Lemuel Ortonio na kapag confidential funds, kailangan natin itong klaruhin na not because of the impeachment trial, but because this is a fact. Kapag confidential funds, ginagamit mo yan para proteksyonan ang sambayanang Pilipino. Protect them from terrorism, protect them from drugs, protect them from kidnapping, protect them from syndicates, protect them from economic sabotage. Hindi mo siya ginagamit para proteksyonan ang isang opisyal. Dahil ang proteksyon ng ating pangalawang Pangulo ay nanggagaling sa Vice President PSG na may sariling pondo. Hindi pwedeng ang pondo para proteksyon ng sambayan ng Pilipino ay gagamitin lamang sa proteksyon ng isang tao. Kunyari, mag-tree planting ka. At yung iimbitahin mong bisita ay gagastos ka ng milyon-milyon.
Mandate to Mr. La Chica, but they were actually told so by the Vice President. It was the Vice President decision that weakens the accountability and weakens the way by which handling of confidential funds, which supposed to be guided by a very strict joint circular, was collapsed because of the mere instruction, again, not to ask too many questions, not to ask questions, but to simply sign documents, whatever are the documents presented to you, and then to hand it over to a specific person, which is unbonded, not in any way connected administratively, so much more as handling funds of the OVP, in the person of Colonel La Chica. So kung ako yung personal observation ko, hindi ako naniniwala sa mga template na sagot ni Miss Gina Acosta tsaka si Mr. Ortonio pagdating doon sa hindi nila masagot ng mga katanungan, kasi yung mismong dokumento ang nagsasalita Ang mismong dokumento ang nagpo-prove na talagang meron at the very least, kung sila man ay tunay na kawani ng gobyerno, meron at the very least negligence of their duty, dereliction of their duty. And again, what makes it worse is these are not done by personal choice, but this was actually ordered by their superior. In this case, the Vice President, Sara Duterte.
Okay, salamat po. Pakinggan naman natin ngayon ang katanungan ni Haji. Go ahead.
Magandang hapon po, Haji Kaaminyo, Brigada News FM. Susugan ko lang yung paunang statement ni Kong Pao kanina. Kalabuyo, kasinigang, kaadobo, Marshal Bonifacio, ilan po sa mga alias na binanggit ni Senator Judge Robin Padilla kanina. But how do you take these type of questions from a Senator Judge na yun nga po, parang ang dating dinidefend yung paggamit nga ng confidential funds and even yung prosecution tinatanong din po niya direkta kanina. Tapos pumunta pa dun sa point na yung kung may confidentials daw ba noon si Senator Ninoy Aquino hindi siya na-assassinate.
Ikaw, anong gusto mo na alias mo kung sakaling magkaka-alias ka?
Ako kasi wala akong confidential.
Ganun ba? Hindi, ano naman, nasagot naman actually eksakto pag turnover nung time, si Senator Bam yung sumagot. Sinabi niya na, yes, may alias po si Ninoy, pero wala po siyang confidential funds. And klaro naman po siguro yun, no? Hindi ka naman po babansagan na bayani o hero kung gagamitin mo sa hindi maganda at maayos na paraan ng confidential funds o kahit pondo naman po ng gobyerno. Hindi ko po alam kung meron ng confidential funds nung mga panahon na yon pero I doubt if papayag itong mga tunay na bayani at mga bayani para gamitin yon. Then yung pangalawang tanong mo, ano na ulit yun, Haji? Yung parang follow-up niya?
Ayun nga po, kung yung mga ganitong types of questions nga po from a Senator Judge, ayun nga, anong ano niyo doon? Anong take niyo doon sa mga ganong klase ng tanong considering na parang dinedefend nga po yung use of confidential funds?
Hindi, nasagot din po yan ni Attorney May, no? Na wala pong problema sa aliases or dun sa confidential funds. Basta, nagagamit po ng tama, nasusunod po yung proseso, complete staff work, liquidation. Kung sa umpisa pa lang, pag-request mo hanggang sa financial plan, hanggang sa liquidation, sablay ka na, may problema na talaga. Malaking question mark na. Kaya po sila nafa-flag. Kaya po tayo nandito ngayon sa impeachment. So siguro yung pagtatanong nila ng gano'n, baka gusto nila ng fun facts o history lesson o meron silang gustong tumbukin sa kanilang mga pagtatanong or they're preaching to acquire. Siguro po okay lang yun at total nasasagot naman po at nabibigyan naman po ng kalinawan. Kasi madalas po prosecution po ang tinatanong ng ating Senator Judge. Nasasagot naman po ng maayos, so wala naman po akong pag-aalala sa part po ng prosecutors.
Ako may tanong. Ano bang ibig sabihin nun, hinahalin tulad nila ang pangalawang pangulo sa isang bayani? Yung ba? Or balikan natin, ulitin natin. Ang confidential funds ay ginagamit para proteksyonan ang sambayan ng Pilipino against terrorism, drugs, kidnapping, at iba pang karumal-dumal na krimen. Hindi siya ginagamit para proteksyonan ng isang mataas na opisyal. Iba ang pondo para dyan. So wag nating ilihis ang usapin dun sa impeachment trial, ibalik natin dun sa pinag-uusapan. Walang problemang gumamit ng alias because we would like to protect the personalities involved. Pero tila dito, bakit mo gagawa ng isa, medyo mga bastos pa yung mga pangalan. Parang ginawang katawa-tawa, ginawang laro. Pero ang pinakamalaking tanong dito, ano ang naging punto? Because while the informants can have aliases, yung punto dulo, yung output ay hindi pwedeng maging confidential. Ang tanong, saan ba ginamit? Kasi kung confidential yung mga pangalan, alias yung mga pangalan, Alangan namang alias. Kapag alias ang output, kung alias ang isang programa, isa lang ang ibig sabihin doon. Ghost ang naging paggastos ng confidential fund.
Well, with due respect to my brother in faith and sitting senator, I think those national heroes whose aliases were referenced would be probably rolling in their graves, no? After their nom de guerre, no? I think these are nom de guerre, no? Were mentioned in the same context as the allegation of misuse of confidential funds, no? To be mentioned with the same breath as as Mary Grace Piatos, Mr. Pagong, Ms. Pusa, Ms. Bilat is no, but that's what the name reflected in the AR, di ba? Kaya nga sinasabi natin, Ms. Bilat is already a way, a travesty to the memories and to the legacy which these national heroes have imparted to benefit the Filipino nation. No? To be put them on the equal footing as Miko Harina, as Andilim, as Miss Ngit-Ngit, is already again an insult to the sacrifices they have made for this country. And their death, no, the sacrifices they have made, kasi malapit na pong National Heroes Day, the sacrifices they have made is actually diametrically opposite to the very practice of which these confidential funds were handled. So hindi po dapat yun ang analogy ang gamitin natin. And let us be specific about this. This is about auditing problem. This is about whether or not aliases are necessary in order to maintain confidentiality of a operation that requires safety and security of whoever is involved, not a test of anybody's patriotism. So dapat po makontextualize po natin yan. Una, ang problema po dito as explicitly explained by Deputy Speaker Janet Garin, ang usapin po dito ay audit problem. May problema po ang OVP sa sinubmit nilang mga liquidation. At sinabi po nila, inassume nga po ito na Miss Gina Acosta kasi wala nga po talaga siya doon sa ground kung totoo ba na si Miss Ngit-Ngit ay nakakuha ng 200 million worth of confidential funds, hindi niya masabi, ang assumption niya is confidentiality. That's why si Senator Judge Ping Lacson stood up because knowing him, yung background po niya, nasa investigation po siya, alam po niya kung paano a confidential or intelligence activity are being conducted, and after the success of this activity, meron pong disclassification period where yung security access nitong mga aliases are actually debundled and disclassified for auditing purposes. Kaya nga po tatanungin natin, if ever granting na tama yung sinabi ni Ms. Gina Acosta ng mga aliases ito, dapat may pangalan na tunay. Kasi for the purpose of auditing. For the purpose of auditing. Hindi ibig sabihin na confidential ito. Again and again, ay dapat habang buhay na nating hindi iitatanong. At hindi just ibig sabihin na confidential in nature na ito ay mawawalan ng kapangyarihan ang Commission on Audit para kunin sa busisiin ang pinaggastusan ng pera ng taong bayan. That's the mandate of the COA. No amount of confidential activity can ever weaken the constitutional mandate of the Commission on Audit in finding out what happened to the money of the people, especially if this money is being spent or should be handled strictly under a very strict joint circular. So klaro po yun. This is not an issue of patriotism. This is an issue of audit problem which now the Office of the Vice President and the Department of Education, when the Vice President sat as the Secretary of this department, are facing trouble with in terms of auditing with COA.